Not horrifying at all. Great work. Great work. You know, I'm telling you, when you turn up there tonight, people say, how do you extemporise, sir?
I won't be forgiven if I don't just mention before we come to the end that the day after I finish on 12th night is Sunday the 10th, and I'm presenting hosting the BAFTA Film Awards.
Are you? I'm sorry, I didn't bring that.
That's all right. I just thought I'd mention it. Do tune in, it'll be on the BBC, and it's the EE BAFTA Awards, and we've got some really serious A-list people giving away. I'm not allowed to tell them who you are, but some people who've never done it before, giving away the awards, and there's been such good films this year.
This would be your fifth?
No, I did about 5 in the beginning of the 2000s, then Jonathan took over for about 4 years, and then I did it last year, so it'll be about my 6th, 7th, I think, but I've split them up.
Oh, well, terrific. I didn't know that. There's plenty there. There's plenty next time, and I'll be working on your dots, as they say, for there. Stephen, it's always a terrific, as you know, it's always an absolute pleasure to come in and stuff. My hat has been on the side of my head. Stephen Fry, everybody. Let's go for the weather now, please.
Thanks, Danny. Well, it's the coldest but also sunniest day of the weekend today across many parts of the UK. We do have a few showers on the go, though. Those are sleet and snow in the far north of Scotland and also down through eastern counties.
And it's out of the track like a rare gas. It's Richard with the news at 10:30.
Digital radio, digital TV, mobile and online. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Conservative MP Peter Bone has told 5 Live that there's no mandate for plans to allow gay marriage. He's spoken out against the idea after an announcement that married couples won't be getting a tax break in the next budget. The Ministry of Justice is suspending a firm which supplies meat to prisons after tests found it may have provided pies and pasties described as halal, but with traces of pork DNA. Muslims are forbidden to eat pork under Islamic law. 2 people have been arrested after the body of a 16-year-old girl was found in an alleyway in Blackpool. The police think attempts have been made to set the body alight. Council leaders say a more local approach to helping young people into work could cut youth unemployment by a fifth. The Local Government Association claims national schemes in England and Wales are too bureaucratic. The government says it's already working with local providers. And George Osborne says any fines imposed on RBS are...
Thank you very much. Wales start the defence of their Six Nations title today with their opening match against Ireland at the Millennium Stadium at 1:30. There's commentary of the first half on Sports Extra and the second half on 5 Live. The Grand Slam champions come into the tournament on the back of 7 successive defeats. So it's been a difficult year for Wales, and their interim coach Rob Howley says he's well aware of what his side will be up against.
Good side. Expect any side that Declan picks, with Zebo on one wing and Gilroy on the other. Obviously very left-sided. Obviously with Rob Kearney back, a guy who's very good under the high ball, and I'm sure as a back three they're going to ask as many questions as possible. So in terms of our kicking game, it's pretty important. But they seem to have a foundation to play off. They've got a pretty good general at 10 as well.
5 Live Sport comes from Twickenham today, where England hosts Scotland at 4 p.m. They'll have full commentary of that match, with Scotland looking for their first victory at Twickenham for 30 years. England women face Scotland women in the Six Nations at Esher Rugby Club at 2 p.m. The England Sevens team have won the New Zealand leg of the Sevens World Series by beating Kenya 24-19 in the final after extra time. There are 8 fixtures in the Premier League today, with several of the signings made in the January transfer window expected to feature for their respective clubs. One of those is Danny Graham, whose new side Sunderland travelled to Reading. Here's manager Martin O'Neill.
His last season at Swansea, I thought he did exceptionally well. He scored a number of goals as well too, so that helps, of course, during this time. He's probably played less this season.
Saturday morning on 5 Live. Call 0500 909 693. Text 85058. Email lord.reith@bbc.co.uk. Danny Baker.
We're back. Just us now.
Yes, all alone.
The IQ in the room falls to our usual standard of a bag of wet mice. And a very good morning to everybody. We got a bull by the horns with the subjects we're doing this morning. We found out that you can cure cramp with champagne corks.
Yes.
Turns out it's between the toes. I said you just hang them on the end of the bed. No,
although some people say that.
That's the confusion. I may have said before on the air that the way you cure cramp is to just put corks in the bed. Apparently you have to put them between your toes.
Yeah.
And that there does seem to me there might be something in that. We're doing that, things that are just out of reach and things you use to try to get them. Ever been stranded while up high, please? What happened? What is the ultimate fate of your favourite doll or action figure? Anyone know where they make goalposts?
Yeah, we still haven't found anyone
Nobody
who
knows.
actually makes them. But
No.
where do they come from?
Nobody's ever met anyone, and when you said, what do you do for a living? Oh, I make goalposts. I've no idea where you would order them from, but if you've worked in any kind of factory that makes sporting equipment, we'd love to hear
We're
from you.
also creating a house of animals destroying
Yes,
things.
we've got the banisters so far, but we want sofas, televisions, any electrical equipment, beds, carpets. That we'll just once we've got one, we can tick it off the list. But we'll build a house with things destroyed by pets. Unusual targets. What did you say is a great target you've used up as a pole?
We had a circular handle on our garage door, so hitting in the middle of that
Brilliant.
is a good one.
That's the. I mean, you know, people use darts for all kinds of things. Celebrities' faces out of magazines, I understand. But if you've ever used an unusual target, please. And also, what do clubs do with their old kits? Does anyone know anything about that? Coming to you, Edward. Coming to you, Rona. I promise. What have
And
you got?
if you have just tuned in and you missed Stephen Fry, who's just left, you will be able to listen again to that interview on the iPlayer or via the 5 Live website.
Okay.
If you did miss it. But we've got an email from Hugh in Harrogate about he wants a room for his pet because he says, my beautiful Doberman at the tender age of 18 months once ate a 2-seater settee while left to her own devices for a couple of hours.
Lovely.
It looked like we had 6 inches of snow in the lounge as all the white stuffing from the whole of the settee was everywhere. She looked like a polar bear as she was covered in it.
Okay.
She's very old now at 15 but can still run at full tilt all day and firmly believes she is the greatest hunter on the planet. Although the eyesight is waning, she often stalks old crisp packets until they come
That's
into
quite sweet to
focus.
see, but as I say, I like to induce guilt in pets. Anyone else who does this, love to hear from you. Inducing guilt in pets. My dog, Bingo's 11 now.
You remind Bingo, don't you?
Yeah, when he was 6 months old, every time he passes that little bit of chewed wardrobe, I say, you did that. And he does cower. Well, I was young, what can I tell you? Here's our friend Edward. Edward!
Hello, Danny.
Edward, thank you.